So here we have B1 with his ginormous feet. He's a good boy. And we also have little Snap here, who is one of the probably 1-year-old dragons, I would say. So yeah, and we also have Fatty Dragon over here. Hello, Fatty. Good girl. So B1's had a good snack today. And even Snap has had a few pieces, and his younger sibling, or possibly same age sibling, has had a few pieces as well. So it's been a busy morning, hasn't it? Hey? It's been a busy morning. Yes, it has. So after a bit of a hiatus, this guy started coming around a little bit more frequently again, which is nice to see. At least until he encounters Daddy Dragon again. Isn't that right? He's a good boy. So he's getting... I almost thought he was Daddy Dragon this morning until he came a bit closer. But he's not quite as big in the body. And Daddy Dragon has a truncated tail, whereas this guy has his full tail, right down to a skinny tip. But the main thing about this guy is his ginormous feet. Look at your feet. Aren't they big? Look at your huge feet. He's got huge feet. Can I tickle your toes? So, yeah, having seen them both up close, your toes are all twisted around. They get caught on the towel and they don't release. Having seen his feet close up, well, having seen both dragons close up, this guy, even though he's a youngster, his feet are actually quite a bit bigger, like the toes are longer than Daddy Dragon's. Daddy Dragon's feet are just only slightly smaller, but they're a lot thicker because he's older. I think they sort of beef up, as it were. Is that right? Is that right? So yeah, this guy, I assume it's like, much like dogs or whatever, they grow into their feet. So if you have a Great Dane puppy with huge feet, then you end up with a big dog. I mean, Great Danes are always big, but you know what I mean. So I think this guy, B1 here, I think he's going to be a very big boy, aren't you? You're going to be a big boy, aren't you? So I'm not sure whether it's all the, as I said before, not sure whether it's all the mints and stuff that I've fed him over the years, or insectivore, or just the fact he's been healthy his entire life, or genetics, or a little bit of everything. Hey, he's a big boy. Am I boring you, am I? It's tiring being a dragon, isn't it? Tiring life. Getting fed, getting patted. Dear, oh dear. Such a hassle. He's a good boy. Oh yeah, and B1's just starting to shed there. You can see on his jaw there. If I go above his head, if you'll let me look down on him, you can just see on his, if I can get it to focus. There we go. Just looking down on the edge of his jawline where it's starting to peel from the edge of his jaw there. So, soon he'll have he'll be wearing a coat of old skin as it gradually peels off him. Won't you? You'll be slapping and scratching and trying to get rid of it. He's a good boy. So, yes, another meeting with B1 and Snap and the other little guy who we haven't named yet. I call Snap because he likes to grab your fingers, basically. Don't you, little rascal? Hey? Oh, there we go. Oh, he just did it twice, yes. He's very quick too, so he's hard to avoid. Hey, he's a rascal, isn't he, your young brother? I'm pretty sure that he's the offspring of Fatty and Daddy Dragon, so these guys are probably probably all related, aren't you? Right? So it wasn't that long ago that B1 here was actually that size. He came to us when he was about that size, and I started feeding him on the veranda, and he used to run over and grab snacks that fell on the ground when I was feeding the birds. So like I'd feed the butcher birds and on the veranda, and little bits would fall on the floor occasionally, and this guy and his brother, B1 and B2, no biting, B1 and B2 would be there to pick up the scraps and to beg for more, obviously. And I've got a photo somewhere of this guy curled around my foot when he was Snap's size, which is pretty cute. And now he's a big boy, aren't you? Quite a big boy. And yes, you are. Oh, look at your toes sticking up in the air. Hey, who's got their toes sticking up in the air? Oh, do you want to come over here? Good boy. There we go. So I might wrap it up there. Just to say that it's nice to see this guy again, even if it is a little bit irregular these days. Yeah. So another visit from B1 and friends.